there we go. That should be it fixed now, guys. So apologies if you were in the YouTube group there and you couldn't hear me. So yeah, as I was saying, it's you can join through Discord as well. And if you are in YouTube, you can just type any comments that you like, to do with music, of course. So if you have any questions, guys, in general about music, or if there's any specific thing that you need help with the course, maybe using particular handouts or accessing something or how to use something, or maybe you want to know a little bit more about the stuff that I have, like the software that I use, yeah, you're more than welcome to ask. So it's really over to you guys. I know I think on YouTube there should be about 4 or 5 of you guys who are there at the moment. On Discord there's a few as well, and then the community, I don't know. I haven't figured out yet, guys, if you're watching through the community, the Top Score Music Academy community, through my website, in other words. If you're watching through there, I don't know how many of you are watching through there, guys, so apologies if I've ignored you over the last couple of broadcasts, but I promise I am watching it, and just in case you have any questions there. So if not, I'm just going to go ahead and sort of prepare another sort of social media video that I upload. I try to do at least 1 a week. I'm trying to do 2 a week. It's proving a little bit trickier than I thought. The technology might be a bit harder than I thought. So I will get better at it though. So unless you have any questions right now, if you want to at any stage, go ahead, guys, and pop it in the chat on YouTube or pop it in the community, or just ask out loud if you're in the Discord group. So yeah, there's sort of 3 different things happening there. And yeah, I'll do my best to answer you. So if you're a little bit unsure, go ahead and ask anyway, because usually if it's just 30 or 40 people who are trying to ask questions, if I ever get to that number, I probably will be a bit more strict about the topics that you should be asking me about. But I don't want it to turn into another lesson as such, because that's for the Bouzouki crowd later on tonight. There is like another class that I take on every single week right after this class, and that's for the Bouzouki ones. So yeah, that's for you guys, especially for you. So we'll leave all the sort of Bouzouki tutoring stuff till then. But if you have any questions about the Bouzouki course, the mini course, the free course, the full course, the live teaching, if you have anything questions about the handouts I use, the videos, and how to access things, if you have any questions about what's in those, you're not too sure what certain things mean, or if I've used a technical term you're not too sure about, or you're looking for advice on anything, yeah, so there's so many different things you could ask about. And in music in general, guys, I know there was last year when I was doing webinars, there were quite a few students for music theory. Was a bit tricky. They've never learned how to read the dots. So when it came to, maybe reading tablature, it was a wee bit harder for them, and they wanted some advice about where to start and how to do it. So yeah, anything at all to do with music, guys, as general as possible. That would be best, so everybody can get something. Okay, so I'm going to just check to make sure I can hear my audio. If I've ignored you over the last, yeah. Okay, so my audio is coming through, which is good. I'm about 20 seconds behind live. Okay, so let me see. Kathleen, I think you're the first to get in there. I'm interested in knowing what Bouzouki chord app you use in the lessons. Oh, okay. Let's do that. Guys, I got a Stream Deck for Christmas, so this is why it's always a wee bit iffy when I press this, so please let me know if anything cuts out when I do this. Oh, you can see my whole thing. So hopefully, I'm really hoping you guys can see my desktop. Okay, so if you can see that, give me a wee thumbs up at some stage. And you can still hear me. Sometimes when I change scenes, I forget that there's different microphones activated for different things. So I'm hoping this works. Yeah, I see 5 videos of myself here, so I'm just have to close a couple of things down. Let me see. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. That all looks like it's still going. Good. Okay, let's see, Kathleen. There's going to be the Bouzouki chord app. I'll do that one first. That's probably the most important one for you guys. You're doing Bouzouki. Let me see. It would be, where have I put it? Should have had that ready. I do have it, obviously. Just forget where I've put the thing. Oh, there it is. No. Sorry, I'll be 2 secs, guys, if I try my best. It should be obvious. There it is. There, it's right in the middle, right in front of me. Okay, apologies, guys. That's the one. Okay, so reverse chord, it's called, and that's what it looks like. Looks like a wee chord with a magnifying glass over the top of it. There are other ones that I use for teaching all over the place, like the orchestra, harmony cloud, polytonus, chord analyzer, and other things for classical musicians like the Four Seasons and the orchestra and the Beethoven. There's another one for Schubert or Schumann. Liszt is in there as well. So all of these apps I would use quite frequently with my tuition. Maybe not so much the musician stuff anymore, because online stuff has just gotten so good now. But, you know, I would say 6 years ago, this was like, I was using this every day. So that's a wee look-see. The reverse chord and the Poly app are good fun. So if I open up this guy. Oh, it's opened up on the other screen. Okay, bring it over. I'm going to make this full screen at the risk of messing things up. Let me see, can you guys... I'm just going to pause just to be sure that you guys can actually see it. Okay, so this may seem strange, me pausing. Okay, I think from my feed, that looks okay. Alrighty, so I'm just going to show you how to use a wee bit of this. Just take away the... So if you want to add a capo on it, you just click to the sort of the left or the right hand side, just, you know, off the actual fingerboard, you know, anywhere you can add your capo. I'm just going to go back to the start and just click, you know, here, so to get rid of the capo. And there's the GDAD, so that's the standard tuning that I use for bouzouki. I know some people do use E for that, like the same as a violin, mandolin, banjo, you know, GDAE. And that would be the standard sort of tuning for playing melodies, to make this high D a little bit higher, a tone higher, make it an E. That just means there's less stretching that you have to do. But you'll probably find when I have to do that, I end up sort of cross-picking into the second course. So when I get up to the really high stuff, I don't use this string anymore. I use like the higher frets on the second course in order to make it easier to go back and forth between the second and fourth course. So I don't do all the high stuff just on this one string. You'll probably see that if you've ever seen, you know, like a really good lead guitarist, like thrashing, heavy metal or hard rock, you know, doing like a solo. They'll move their fingers up and down through the different courses of strings, you know, through different high frets, playing scales and stuff. They don't do just everything on the one string. Okay, so that, if you wanted to play sort of more melodic playing, you would tune that up to E. Bear in mind, guys, that all my courses, the mini course, the free lesson, the mini course, and the full course, and the live webinar lessons that I'll be doing tonight, all of it is assuming the tuning GDAD, okay, because that's my sort of preference. But if you wanted to play more melodic tunes, and if you've had a wee bit of experience with like the banjo or mandolin or something, then yeah, just tune that up to E and you're good to go. Okay, so how do you get this? How do you get, you know, edit and get this? I think when you first get this, if I just go into the wee gear icon, I don't know if you guys can actually see that. Interesting, you can't see the gear icon down here. Now, why is that? Let me see. If I just come out of full screen for a second. So, yeah, just bear with me a wee second. I see if you guys can actually see this when I come out of it. This app is designed for mobile phones and tablets and stuff, but because this is an Apple computer, you can actually use a lot of your apps for iPad and for telephone or for mobile. You can actually use them on your computer as well. So that's why it looks a wee bit small. So the good thing is you can use this in any of your, you know, if you buy it once for mobile phone, it should appear also in your iPad and your Mac if you've bought, you know, if you're buying for iOS. Don't ask me about Samsung or anything, guys. I don't know. You'd have to check their, go on Google and check out Reverse Chord. The guys who make this, just do like a Google search and see, do they have the same app? I'm sure they would. Because there's 10 times as many people for that as there would be for the iOS stuff. So you can see it down at the bottom of the app here. You've got play, which if you press that, it'll just play all the strings at the moment they're all open. So if I just hit that, you you get G, D, A, D, which would be... Well, let me check to make sure you guys can hear. I'm going to be doing this for a wee while until I'm comfortable with knowing what you guys can see and hear. Do I have... Yeah, I think I've got Classroom Maestro activated, so you guys should be able to hear that, hopefully. The piano. Okay, good stuff. So if I was to play just that G, D, A, D on the piano, and bring up actually the Classroom Maestro while I'm at it. Don't really need the staff. Let's get rid of that. So. Okay, it's probably going to be a bit lower. Yeah, G, D, A, D. So that's your open strings. Basically, it's like mostly perfect fourths and fifths. So you go up a fifth, up a fifth, up a fourth. And if you had the E, if you tune to the top one to E, it would be perfect fifths all the way. So I definitely preferred GDAD on this app because that's the way that I play it as well, and being able to hear the resonance of those strings, because having two of them an octave apart, you know, just gives a bit of a fuller sound, a richer sound. Okay, so that is the standard tuning. And if I just go into the wee gear icon here, apologies, it's really small, guys, but you wouldn't get to see this. If I go into this first and then just make this full screen, sort of a trick to get around it. Okay, so this is the settings of the app. You just, you know, tap the little gear icon and it'll bring you into it. So Reverse Chord Finder Pro. It is a purchase thing, lifetime family purchase. I think if anyone else in my family wanted this, they could get it as well. So like, that's pretty sweet if you have loads of people who are interested. The instrument type, string instrument. You can of course go in and change the sound to piano and, you know, music score and everything, but no, I want to actually hear strings. You can swap it over to left hand if you're a left-handed player. So obviously then the low strings will be on the right side and the high strings will be on the left side. Yeah, you'll see what I mean when we go back to it. It'll just be the reverse of what you see. I'm a right-handed player, but if you're a left-handed player, select that. And then, yeah, you see the way the low strings on this side now. So if I go back in and just put that back to being right-handed, you can add as many strings as you like, really, up to 12, 12-string guitar, in other words, but I only needed the 4. And then once I had those 4, I had to go in and tune them. You know, I wanted to tune them to my own sort of GDAD or GDAE. You can tune it really to anything that you want. You can add the transpose capo on, but I just do that, you know, manually. Okay. At the moment, it's steel string guitar. It doesn't have... That's the downside. A piano of a Rhodes organ or Rhodes keyboard of organ, nylon guitar and steel guitar and bass. Be interesting, actually, Rhodes. I'm just going to change it to Rhodes to see what does it sound like. Well, that's kind of nice. I do actually prefer it being steel guitar, though. I'll go back to sound and change that to steel. There we go. So yeah, you can change also how it displays. Do you want major chords to be the wee major symbol or the sort of jazz, you know, triangle if you want that, especially for like major sevenths and things? Or do you prefer capital M? I just prefer MAJ just to make it easier for students to see major. And same for minor. Do you prefer minor, small, or lowercase m, or the minus symbol? That's the abbreviation, the wee symbol we use for jazz analysis. Do you prefer note names? Yes, I do. You can use the German one, which, you know, has H in there. So don't, well, you can ask me if you're interested where all that comes from, but there's far better YouTube videos out there that explain why do the Germans have the letter H for B natural, and then when they use the letter B for Germans, that's B flat. There's a whole thing to do with how the symbol looks over time and how it was, you know, the particular font and calligraphy that was used over time. Or you could do it if you used to solfeggio or solfege. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You know, if you've learned that, the sort of Kodali method as well. Enharmonic equivalence, I've put that to on, just so that you can see, you know, when I want sharps to become flats or flats to become sharps. Choose an icon. Andy Irvine. I don't know what that is. I'll be honest. And then all the other stuff, blah 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 blah. So yeah, great wee app, guys. If you're looking for help, there's a wee help button there, of course, as well. That's more or less it done. And the other thing as well is you can save out. Double tap a chord symbol to add it to favorites. So say I really like, the D chord. Okay, so double tap that, add to favorites. So anytime add it to favorites that I want to see D, I can just go to there, and there we have D5 added. So you can create your own library of your favorite chords. That's really handy. I like that. So that would be just D power chord and maybe A power chord. We'll add that in. Just double click this little guy up here. Add to favorites. Oh, hold on a wee sec. I just saw something for the first time there. Copy to clipboard. I wonder. Let me see if I go into a Microsoft Word document. Can I? No way I'd be able to copy that as a picture, would I? Oh, no, it's just the text. Okay. Oh well, still that's good. I wonder what that actually means then. Yeah, if I double click that. Copy to clipboard. Okay. Well, anyway, it's in here. I've got D5, I've got A5. Let's add all the power chords. While we're here, what other ones can we use? We could use oh, that should be. Yeah, that's how you change the tuning, guys. If you want to sort of click here and you can change these notes to anything that you like, but I don't. Yeah, G2, D3, A3, D4. If you're wondering what that is, that's kind of like almost like the Helmholtz system that they use, like, for notes on the piano. 440 hertz is what A4 is. So it's all the different, octaves of A's, B's, C's, and D's. If you imagine like a piano, don't have to imagine a piano, you can see it. All this piano stuff, like this, would be A4. It's the A above middle C. Okay. So A3 then, that's going to be down here. If I hit that. Oops. Okay, so that's A3 is right there. So if you're wondering why it's a G2, D3, that G2 is way down here. Okay, so we have the G2, D3, there, A3, da, and D4. And that's right next door to C4. C4 is like middle C on the piano. So obviously you go all the way up. That's C4, that's C3, that's C2, that's C1, and so on. C4, C5, C6, C7, C8. Okay, so make that a wee bit bigger. Righty, where was I with the chords? So we've got our G5, got our A5. We could probably put in our other G power chord. Yeah, this one. And add that into the mix. Just double click and add to favorites. And any others we could probably do. We've done G, we could do E. So this is D. I suppose if we do, yeah, that is E minor first inversion with the G at the bottom, so it's not really a power chord, of course. But if we did it there, that'd have to be E7, no third. So we've got E, E, B, we've got the D, so that's the 7th. This is the, or you could click that so it doesn't resonate at all. So see the way there's a wee X there, that means don't play it. Now it becomes E5. So we could add that as a power chord if you wanted to. Why not? Add that to favorites. Any others? What about C? We've got A, B, C, and then we'll have D, E, and F and G is all we need. So C. Okay, there's C5. Again, don't play the D4. If you add that in, it becomes quite an unusual chord. I would actually classify that as a C sus2 suspended second, the D being the second above C. But if we keep it simple, just get rid of that. It's C5 now. Holding down the 5th fret and the 3rd fret on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd courses here. So if we just add that, there we go. Add the favorites. Good to go. Okay, a lovely little collection of power chords there. I don't think, can I add? Don't think we can add folders or anything. It would be nice, you know, to have like, you know, a folder for power chords or folder for suspended chords, a folder for secondary dominant chords, all that sort of stuff. That would be nice. But I don't think you want to add too many in here anyway. You just, after a while, you just know you won't have to, you know, consult a library of 50 chords. I think you probably only need about 15 or 20, to be honest, maximum. And we've already got 5 in there. Okay. Let me just check my audio. That would be nice. That would be nice. Okay. Let me see. I just skip. Okay, so reverse chord up. Let's see where this is in the world. Let's see where we can find this fella. Reverse chord up. Oh, Google Play. Okay, so is that the same thing? No, that looks very different. Yeah, that's where I got it designed for iPhone. So you can tell that I'm obviously piggybacking it into my iMac. You see the way you can add like a piano thing there, and you can add a staff and all that sort of stuff. You know, you can make it as complicated as you like. I mean, there's your full 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 string guitar there with yeah, open string. Don't play the E and then play D. There's the chord of D over A, I suppose. Yeah, so it's, yeah. I'm not sure if it's available then on other systems. Reverse chord finder pro. It's a bit of an unusual reverse chord finder pro. Download on the App Store. It may only be available, guys, to Apple. Give them a wee email to see, okay? Just to see if they do have it in another version for, you know, other platforms. There's loads of them, guys. I mean, this is, you know, it's not the best, be all and end all of, you know, chord finders. Or chord apps. You can get loads of different types that do this. The reason why I wanted this specific one is because it's very good at being able to customize it to what you need. I wanted one for Bouzouki for 4 strings, and then I could change the tuning on the fly whenever I wanted to, you know. But there's lots of other ones you can get that do all other bells and whistles if you're interested. Okay, so that's reverse chord. Okay, so yeah, let's see, Marty. So I play guitar in Cornish trad band. Oh, cool, Marty. Sorry, Martin. Would you be willing to share that at some stage? I'd love to hear the traditional band. If you're willing to sort of, you know, post it in the community or something, I'd love to hear your stuff. Stuff in 5/4 time. Oh, good. Let me see. I'm gonna make notes. 5/4 time. Probably I would have to look into sort of maybe Eastern European, Bulgarian, Romanian sort of folk tunes. Maybe something by even people like Bartok and Dvorak and like anyone who sort of collected folk tunes. They're the king of like complex rhythms. Our stuff is really, well, I'll say our stuff. The trad stuff is really quite, Irish trad stuff is really quite straightforward. We really only have like a regular compound and simple time. So 2/4 3/4 4/4, you know, for your polkas, waltzes, reels, marches, and then your 6/8 9/8 12/8. So for your jigs, slip jigs, and slides. And we may have the odd little Strathspey or, little Scotch snap in some things, that dum dum da dum dum da dum, that type of rhythm. So we do have some interesting rhythms like we steal from other cultures. But 5/4, it's not something that I've done for teaching, but I'm going to look it up now. 5/4 time, check out Eastern European folk music. Those are the kings of this stuff. I think I was playing something, but I can't remember it offhand recently. Do you know what it was? It was Salisbury Hill. I was trying to learn that on the bouzouki. Dum 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 bum 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 bum. That's 7/4, 5/4. I actually think that's 7/4. But yeah, it was close. 5/4. Then he tunes an Irish trad in 5/4. Not that I've seen, but I'm sure modern guys have done it. There was one that I used to play in a session in Donegal, on the Uilleann Pipes, where there was a favourite tune we all played that was in 5/4. I have to find that out. That's going back 20 years. I'm just going to type in Donegal tune I played. It was maybe a Lunasa one I played. I think it was an old Lunasa. Let me see. You're testing my memory here, guys. Let me see. Lunasa. What was the name of the tune? I actually think it was from their first album. No, I can't remember the name of it. I'll look it up. I'll find it. Donegal tune I played once a long time ago. Can you guys see my class notes actually? You can? Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Donegal tune I played once a long time ago. Okay. Yeah, 5/4. I'll keep a wee eye out for that. I'm using a Kaiser Capo, or my guitar first friend. The spring arm, grip arm are all forward of the fretboard, and my hand keeps hitting it. Most annoying. Any suggestions to an alternative capo? The one that I'm using is, let me see. Oh God, what's the name of this thing again? Let me check it out. I'll know in a second. It wasn't a Kaiser. Let's get into my Amazon account here. I'm not going to share all this rubbish I bought over the years, guys. My God, you see my Amazon account? It's just how many instruments and books on music. It's so sad. Like, that's all I ever buy. New microphone, a new cable, a new something. It's never anything fun. Now the capo, the last time I bought a capo, that would be gonna be a while ago. Let's see. Is that it? My goodness, okay. Oh, okay, this was a relatively recent, 2024. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can see this if I just bring this over. Whoop. There we go. Yeah, 2024. I got this 16.99. This wee fella here. Yeah, because it has the spring. It has the tension thing that you can twist there to make it what's the word? Tighter or looser, I suppose. It is designed for a guitar. I never really use it for that. I've got my own little thing for that, for guitar stuff. But loop ends, that's completely useless. For bouzouki, don't use those for the bouzouki. But yeah, that's the main thing there. All neck positions, 6 to 12 string guitars. Now, if it has if you have one, it says here it's mostly for guitars, but spring tension adjustable. That's really important for bouzouki because obviously the neck is going to be slightly different. It's going to sit differently in that grip than a guitar would. And you want your tension of the capo to be sort of evenly distributed. I usually find that a lot of capos put a heck of a lot of attention on the end of it, which is not what I'm looking for, because that's going to be hanging over the Bouzouki. But this was a good one that I found, you know, that works for my Bouzouki. Yeah, Soundry. Yeah. Used to use the G7 stuff, but again, the mechanism that is so easily to break. Yeah, and I also like the idea of being able to, when you see this, yeah, to see the way like there's the two arms and that are quite large for the grip. You can easily use it as like a guitar headrest, you know, like this one does down here. See that? Oh, you guys can't see that. I'm trying to see what you guys see. Yeah, so that's the one that I like. Okay. Yeah, my stream is just too far behind. Okay, you guys can see my screen. Thank goodness. Woo, I thought I was not showing this. Okay, so yeah, that's the one that I use. Really easy. And not dear compared to some of the other ones that are floating around now. It's actually one of the cheaper ones. Yeah, 46 quid for a G7 capo. And they break, from my experiences, they break easily. That is ridiculous. Yeah, well, teach their own. Some people may prefer it. So it really comes down to, capo is hard, guys. It comes down to your hand position as well. It comes down to the neck that you've used. Do you have more like of a larger, like octave mandolin sort of neck, or do you use like a smaller, thinner neck, like a Bouzouki neck, a traditional Bouzouki neck? Do you use like lighter course of strings, or medium or strong course of strings? You know, and of course everything like the truss rod inside the Bouzouki, to the how clean it is, and you know, the actual frets themselves, have they been polished or worn away? Everything can affect it. As soon as you play it without a capo, it sounds beautiful, and then you add the capo like on the 5th fret, and you hear all these, you know, buzzes and little things. And it may not be the capo's fault, it may be something more serious that you need to, you know, have the, just put your Bouzouki through like an MOT, give it over to a luthier, and just ask them to tune everything up and, you know, fix everything for you. So it may not be the capo's fault if you get weird tuning issues, but if your hand is like, you know, getting in the way of it, yeah, that's just going to be trial and error. But yeah, just that's the one that I recommend for anybody who's wondering. It's done me well so far. I've only had it over a year, but I use it like every day. Okay. Kathleen was saying some of the songs by Mosaic. Oh yeah, yeah, that's good. Okay, yes, okay, I'll check them out as well. Yeah, it'd be nice to sort of teach some unusual times. I might put that as a little separate thing inside of the full score, the full lessons. I might actually have like a little separate lesson on like 3 or 4 unusual time signatures. Yeah, I'll check them out as well. Oh, no worries. Good. Yeah, go for the Soundry. If it works, it works. And put it this way: if you have a guitar lying around, like I have, like a 12 string and another wee Bouzouki there, and a couple of other Loudon guitars, those capos are good for anything. You know, they're multi-purpose. So even if it doesn't work on Bouzouki, you'll always find a guitar someday that you'll be able to attach it to. Yeah. Oh, let's see, Martin. You've got a couple of Cornish tunes in 5/4 Tansi's is that Galawan? Galawan and all Anger. Oh my goodness, my pronunciation. I'm just going to copy that and paste it into here. Oh, this is great, guys. Keep it coming. I can make this a wee topic. I'm going to look that up on YouTube just to see it. And Jerio. Oh, Britain trad. Okay, Breton. Yeah, I can't beat the stuff. That's great, guys. Thank you. Video. Could I be cheeky and go into YouTube while I'm doing this? Stream into YouTube, go into YouTube just to check out these tunes. I wonder if they would allow me. You know, is that going to end up with a, I don't know. Okay, you know what? Let's do it. This is to see. Can I go into YouTube at the time of YouTube streaming to YouTube? Oh, it's 5 of you guys on the YouTube stuff. Good. Let's see. We'll do. Is that not to be 2 L's? I think it was. No, just one. Okay. Let's have a look. See if that goes in. Oh, cool. There's loads of them actually here. If I do that. Can you guys hear that though? That's the thing. Will that play? Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. That's class. That's a really class session. Like clarinet and fiddles and barons and guitars, and I think there may be some other instruments in there that I'm missing. That's amazing. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, and then group of 2. So usually when you do it in 5/4 to sort of keep in time of yourself, you'll find that in irregular time signatures like that in 5/4, it's either group of 3 followed by group of 2, or the other way around, group of 2 followed by group of 3. So da ba 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 bum bum ba 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 bum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Da ba 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 4, 5 da 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 da. So you got the longer note at the end of the little phrase that'll let you know if you're ever accompanying it. If you're ever accompanying 5/4, guys, look out for the longer notes. So da 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 ba 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 ba. That's what I was looking out for there. I wonder if I can hear it again. Yeah, that's class. You know where you get a lot of these tunes as well? The session.org probably has .rogue .org. They usually would have these type of things, but you'll never know. Whoa, okay, they do. J Gore March. That's interesting time there. My goodness. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a really unusual rhythm there. There's a slightly different version of it there. I'm just going to play it just to see this. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. I'm just going to download. Do I have to download the ABC still? No, I don't want the ABC. I want the actual sheet music. I forgot how to do this. It's been a while. Is it the ABC that I download? Then I can use that. Okay, let's see. No, it doesn't recognize that. No, so it's not the ABC that I'm looking for. Let's see. I think in the past I just, copied this straight into MuseScore and just notated it myself. Oh, MIDI. That's the way to do it. Allow MIDI. Yay. Okay, so MIDI's brilliant because then I can just open it. Oh, no, don't play it. Open it with, can I not open that with MuseScore? Used to be able to do this in MuseScore a while ago. Yeah, see the way that it's done a decent enough job. But the problem with this is that, yeah, they never took into account the upbeat. Ba 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 bum. So what I need to do here is if I zoom in, I need to staff part properties, I think. No, I need to figure out how to do this. What I need to do. Bar properties. Yeah, so it's in 5/4, but this the actual length of this should be 3 quavers. So if I just put that down to 3/8. Okay, so there's my upbeat. Ba 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 bum. And that should be a bum. Ba ba. Oh, I've lost something. Yeah, let me just copy and paste everything first. Get that out of the way. And then change this again into 3/8. Okay, and now paste it back. That work out? Ba 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 bum. And that's completely redundant in theory. Quaver tied to quaver. No, crotchet. Unless it goes across a bar line. Ba 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 ba. That actually may. Let me see. I'm trying to remember my music theory for writing in irregular time signatures. Ba 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 da 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 dum. Da, 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 ba, 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 ba. I think that's probably correct, doing it that way. Yeah. Do, 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 do. Oh, where's the B? There. Ooh. Oh, okay, yeah. So that makes sense if I put like repeat marks in here to say it's going to go back to here. Sorry, guys, you're getting a wee bit of a boring lesson here of how to use MuseScore. So apologies for this. And I just want to notate it to keep it because I know this is one that I'll definitely want to learn. And teach as on the Bouzouki. Bar 9s. If I just do that and do that, that should be it. And I probably want to squish it all to one line like it is there. So if I just go into, let me see, if I just go into view or style and get rid of that silly indentation of the first system, just to line it up. Everything's now lined up. And now just copy all that and squish it all to one line. There we go. What was the title again? I better put in add text title. There we go. And copy that in here. Oh, it doesn't take. Try that again. There we go. Okay, so I think who was the smart one who gave me that? That was you, Martin, wasn't it? Okay, Martin. So I think that's the one. Is that the? I never even asked. Sorry. Is that the one that you were looking at? Randy playing this kind of better known as KGB. We have a few things on our YouTube channel. That's class. I'm gonna check you guys out. Okay, so KGB. That's brilliant. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just gonna put you as not arranger as such, but as recommender. Yeah, they'll say, yeah, this is Martin. Recommended by Martin. Oh, cool. That is the right one. Good stuff. Video from KGB. Class. Video. So, yeah, I'll be adding Bouzouki chord tabs to that and everything just to show everybody what it looks like. Probably needs to be a wee bit quicker, I'd say. What's the correct tempo? Probably 160. Still any more? Get rid of that. Now that would probably be 160. It's got a quarter speed to it. Whoa, not that quick. 100 maybe. Oh, was that meant to be the B section? Yeah, it was. Yeah, so I think I messed up by putting in the repeat marks. I think it was probably meant to just go straight in. So this just. Okay, so those da 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 da. That's here, I think. So. Okay, so when it gets round to repeating, I don't need this. I can just delete all that. Let me see, delete bars. And this bar again, just need that and delete or make this bar worth only 3 quavers. And just paste there. Okay, so again, instead of that, dotted crotchet. Whoops, dotted crotchet. I think the rest of it looks okay. This would be dotted crotchet. And F sharp. Okay, so I don't need anything from here. Let's get rid of all that. And that's going to repeat. So that's 1, 2, 3, 3.5. So that would be 6, 7 quavers. Okay, no. Yeah, 7 quavers. Yeah, upbeats are a bit, and you can tell that it's in a regular time. It's a wee bit trickier. I would be able to do this 100 times quicker if I was doing like your just standard 6/8 or 4/4 or something. Oops. But when it's like 5/4 like that, it is a wee bit trickier, as you can tell. So the repeat mark should be from there backwards. Okay, that's brilliant. And I don't want this. I'll keep the wide gap, actually. I will, because I'm going to be putting, Bouzouki tab in here. Yeah, so I'll just leave that as is. So yeah, that's great, guys. That's going to be another wee tune. I'll do the others and later on, I think. But I just wanted to make sure that I could do it inside of MuseScore. Okay, I'm gonna have to type this in manually. There we go. Hello, 1. Cool. Okay. So that's gonna be another one. That loads now. There's about there's a backlog. I'm gonna push that up though, the backlog, because the other ones are just stuff that I wanted to learn. But yeah, anything that you guys want to learn or any recommendations that you have, that goes to the top of my pile. So I'm just gonna make sure I've saved it. There it is there. That's great. Yeah, so they allow you to download the MIDI, which is great. It's kind of hidden though. You've got to go into like download ABC, I think. No, no, not that. You've got to, is it, you're printing it or something, or going into AB? Yeah, you have to go into ABC and then download MIDI. That's where you get it from. So it's a bit weird. You think you're going in for ABC, but you're not. You're looking to get the MIDI stuff. Okie doke. Great recommendation, guys. Yeah, and I'll check out those other ones, the Breton tune as well. Donegal tune I played years ago. That'll be a miracle if I can remember that. And Mosaic as well. I'll have to check them out. It's been a while, but they're somewhere in my iTunes. Okay, let's see. It's very catchy, that now. I can't get that out of my head. That's that for the rest of the day. Okay, so capos, tunes, session.org. I don't think we need any of those open anymore. No. Okay. Going way back. Let me see, Kathleen. We had, what was it? It was the reverse chord app. What were the other apps I used? Reverse chord. Oh, yes. Actually, I should have used that as an example. I'll use the tune as an example of the next app. If that makes any sense whatsoever. Let's go back into YouTube and find that tune again. Because say if I wanted the audio, that's going to be my next app. Oh, it's not that. These are all different. Oh, there it is there. Oh, composer, better give that name as well. Yeah. Okay. Say if I wanted the audio from this, or if I wanted the audio from anything else on YouTube or any other thing on like, Spotify or iTunes, whatever. The other app that I use for this is called Audio Hijack. Okay, that's the big one. So if I wanted to pull out the actual audio from that, that's the app I'm going to use. I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so if I bring in Audio Hijack, there we go. So hopefully you guys can still see this from your screens. I'm just going to be checking my Discord for a wee second just to see, because something went beep, beep, beep. Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. The beep, beep, beep. Okay. Radio. Well, it says I'm there. Okay, let's leave it. Okay. So if you guys can still see this, you should hopefully be able to see. If I bring this up to speed. There it is. It's appeared in my feed there. Yeah, Audio Hijack. You can see that there are loads of programs that I use to extract the audio directly out of without having to go through a whole rigmarole of, saving it and bumping it or bouncing or whatever. Like even in Logic Pro, which is like a digital recording audio workstation, a DAW. Sometimes it's just nice just to play through something and just as you're listening to it, just, take the audio as you go rather than having to bounce it and worry about selecting things or whatever. Same for YouTube, or Google, or Classroom Maestro, my piano. Just say I wanted to record what I'm playing on the piano. I would use this to do it, and any other app. So it's really a great app or a great software program. Audio Hijack, Rogue Amoeba are the guys who make it. So let me see if I can find Rogue Amoeba. There we go. There they are. Audio Hijack, they do sound score, they do loopback. I got Audio Hijack and loopback, that's all I need. Yeah, and I actually had Fargo as well, but that no longer works on my old computer. I've got Fission as well. Fission and Audio Hijack and loopback. It's 3 that I got there. Oh, hold on. It said something there for Windows. I missed that. Do these apps now work for Windows? Oh, please say they do, because for years. I'm going to Audio Hijack. There may be a Windows version, I'm not sure. Anyway, you can check it out, guys. Go to their website and have a look to see does it work for you. Audio Hijack. The one that I'm going to show you guys is, I'm just going to be taking this directly off Safari or YouTube Extract because we're listening to the guys there. And there's the application, and even though I'm speaking, I could be speaking over the top of this, and it's not going to record my voice. It's not going to record your voice. It only records what it hears on Safari app at that particular moment, and it's recording it at 256 kilobytes per second, which is way over the top of what you need. Even half of that would be enough. And the output source, you can actually hear it. So say I just wanted the audio, and just make sure where it's going to go. Recorder, where's it going to end up? Oh, it's just going to save straight to my desktop, but you can tell it wherever you want to save. I just want it to my desktop. And it does not need to be that high quality, guys. 256 is overkill. You can change it down to whatever you like. Yeah, so let's get this out of the way. And let's get that out of the way. And if I was to hit record or run, there we go. It's a couple of seconds, and now I can just press play. Okay, I don't want to take the whole thing. So it's only, you know, just that wee part of it that I need. Okay. Okay, so say I wanted to learn that tune now. There it is, the wee recording. If you're wondering what all the numbers mean, guys, that's the year, the month, the day. So it's like 2026-01 for January 21st. So it's like year, month, day, and then time. 1803. Okay, so I sometimes just leave it like that, so I know exactly, you know, what something is and where I got it. But if you wanted to add, of course, just the, you know, the actual name of it, you can do that, of course, as well. So there we go. Okay, let's see, did that work? Probably wee delay because there's a couple of seconds of silence at the start. So yeah, handy wee app, isn't it? Just be able to sort of take the audio of anything that you need, and just be able to sort of listen to things. So that's the second one. Oh, sorry, Martin, there was another thing there. Let me see. I dropped ABC from the session in the table editor. Oh yes, of course, that would be good. Yeah, if you want use the ABC. Yeah, you have to check that out as well. It's been a while. Another 5-4 is. Guys, I can't pronounce any of these names, so yeah. If you're able to join the Discord as well, guys, you can talk to me through that if you prefer. But apologies if I butcher the pronunciation of anything. It's not deliberate. Like I even struggle with pronouncing the Irish names to stuff. Let me see, I'm just gonna add another one. In the YouTube video you were playing, they were probably the most top Cornish trap musicians. KGB. Oh, that's for. Oh, you're not in that. Okay, you never know, dude. Yeah, it sounded great. Yeah, it was a great collection of instruments as well. It's rare that you see clarinet. I'd love to see more of that. Like one of the best sessions I was in had like a mixture of bluegrass, classical, Irish trad, and I think like a didgeridoo or something. Like there's a guy from Australia. This was in another session in Donegal going back years ago. Yeah, and having that didgeridoo drone, he's able to do a D drone, which is hard to do. You're really not really fixated on the perfect, you know, absolute pitch of any of those instruments, but he was able to do it, which gave a really nice drone to a lot of the tunes, and able to do all the sort of growls and stuff as well. So yeah, I'm all for bringing stuff together like that. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, I subscribe to that YouTube channel, guys. Worth checking out if you're in, especially if you get into the Cornish and into the more irregular time signatures. Yeah, so yeah, I just subscribe to those guys there. Oh, do I get a wee bell? Ding! Come on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, great collection of instruments. Nice space as well. I would know that's not an Irish session, guys. You know how you know? Because everyone's not cramped into a corner and, you know, sitting on top of each other and, you know, leaning over each other. There's good space for everybody. You know, that's a really nice session. When most of the sessions I've ever played in, like, you know, somebody's playing over the top of you and you maybe have 50 people leaning over you while you're trying to play. It's nice in another way, I suppose. But yeah, I love seeing all that space. Yeah, that's great. Okay, let's see. Don't worry about the pronunciation. I can't pronounce them either. Yeah, don't worry. We'll be the same then. Let me see. Okay, yes. So that was the second app, guys, or the second thing. I'm just sorry, and Kathleen, going all the way back to her comment there about what stuff that I use. So reverse chord is the first one. Audio hijack is the second one. Okay. The third one, let me see. What will be the third one? The third one would probably still be pitch switch. Okay, so as Martin was saying there, like it is a fast speed to some of those Cornish tunes, to some of those 5/4 tunes. And it's hard to hear if you're not used to hearing irregular time signatures. It's hard enough sometimes just hearing regular time signatures, let alone stuff that's like 5/4, 7/4, whatever. So hearing that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can listen to a lot of stuff if you type into Google, like, you know, unusual time signatures, you know, like Jeff Beck sort of stuff and all that, you know, sort of jazz stuff as well. You know, the one, the Take 5, of course. So get used to like hearing the groupings of the rhythms inside those. There's usually like a strong rhythmic repeating pattern, ostinato pattern throughout all irregular time signatures in order to make it easier to follow. Because imagine you start putting in syncopation into 5/4 and, you know, putting ties and double dotted notes and, you know, making the rhythms really advanced. The full feeling of regular time signature will just sort of collapse. So you'll probably find that in a lot of irregular time signatures like 5/4 and 7/4, there is going to be some sort of repeated rhythm idea the whole way through it. Salisbury Hill is the one I was thinking of earlier, which I'm going to have a go at in the bouzouki at some stage. Okay, if I was to drag this now into pitch switch, okay, so this MP3 that we recorded the MP3 using Audio Hijack. Okay, so we got the audio from there, and now what we can do is we can drag the audio just by literally doing that, you know, just dragging it. You see the wee plus symbol, so you just take it, drag it, and drop it, and now it's inside of this program called Pitch Switch. Now, Pitch Switch, guys, I think you can get for any platform, and I hope that is the case because this is probably the most important app that I use. Oh, did I just kill the stream there? Apologies, guys, if I killed the stream. If anyone who's watching still on the stream, if you could just say hi, because I heard a big bam as soon as I tried typing there. And I'm worried that I might have just kicked everybody out or shut the stream off or something because I don't see anybody. Nope, all still there. Okay. Radio. So sorry, guys. You can tell I'm a complete newbie at this, can't you? Like streaming, making videos is so much easier because, oh my goodness, you can just take your time to get it all together. But see, trying to get like 10 things working at once. I'm going to show you guys what my setup looks like at the end of this, is to show you I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras, 3 microphones, a bouzouki and a piano, all plugged in, and of course the main mic. Just to give you an idea of like when I hit a button and I hear like a noise, I just panic. Okay, so pitch switch. I can't spell either. As well as pronounce words, I can't spell them. Audio speed and pitch. That's not the one. Pitch switch. Where are you? App. Images maybe. Help me find it. I don't tell. Oh, there it is. There. Pitch switch. That is the thing. Don't tell me it's gone. Okay, where did it go? Pitch switch. Pitch switch. It's not this one. Okay. To find this thing. It's not that either. Let me see. About pitch switch. License detect and plumber. Look for updates. In Spider software. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, it's hard enough to find this thing. Leave it with me. I'm gonna have to search that out. Find pitch switch. Where did I get pitch switch from? Because it's a while ago. You know, it really is. But where did I get it? I'll have to do a little bit of digging for that. I just took it for granted. These things would be like, you know, oh yeah, just type it into Google and you'll find it. Obviously not. So yeah, I'll find out exactly where that is, guys. But it should look like. Let me see if I do like a little screen grab here. Just this is the icon you'll be looking for. Let me see. Does that help? Maybe not. Okay, so it's this icon here, guys. That's the pitch switch icon. Okay. Yeah, so maybe I did see it, and it was just because this is the pro version, the paid version, maybe because it is paid. You know, I can understand apps that disappear over time because you know they're free or whatever, and they just aren't making money. But this thing was like this was as common as anything, pitch switch. You know, and they were making it wasn't cheap. You know, for an app, I think this was like 30 or 40 quid. You know, but it's not the thing I love about. I'm willing to pay that for an app if it's paid once and on forever. You guys who are in like a lot of my courses know that's the way I like to sort of do things. Like you pay for you know your course once and then that's it. Lessons, if you want regular lessons, you have to pay for them. But you know, if you're just looking for a thing that you want to get on with in your own time, I hate paying subscriptions. Hate it. So I was willing to pay like 30 or 40 quid for this. Same for Rogue Amoeba. Yeah, and also same for Reverse Chord. Pay once, own forever. That's the way I like. You know, it's the way they used to do business. So yeah, that's what you're aiming for there, guys. That little thing there. If you see that anywhere, do like a little Research pitch switch is the name of it. Okay, so we've dragged this in, and if we press play, we should be able to go to any point in the audio. Yeah, and hear it. Oh, that's really quiet. Yeah, I had this problem yesterday when I was doing the other stream. Practice with me. Let me see. Try that again. I think the issue is in, let me see, look back. If I go in here. Pitch switch. Oh yeah, it's down at 46. That's right. I turned that way down. Okay. Push that up to 100. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so why would you be bothered, dragging it into play it in this? Because you can change three things. You can change the pitch, making it higher or lower. You can change the speed, the tempo, making it faster or slower. And you can also even mess around, guys, with the sort of, what do you call it, the EQ levels. So just say I wanted to slow down and learn this tune. Da-da-da-dum. Yeah, my audio is probably a wee bit out. If I bring up the thing again, if I have it written out, you see, I don't really need, to have the, the pitch switch. If I've actually got the tunes, I can just learn it straight from this. But it may be nice just to have it, slowed down so you can follow along. So let me see if I did from the start. Zoom in. You can tell my chin's a wee bit out. Whoops, I can't see behind myself. I don't even know if you guys could hear that on the whistle. Yeah, let me see. So yeah, if you can hear the whistle, guys, does my audio sound weird with the whistle now? So if you can hear that and it sounds weird, just let me know. Because I've got two different settings open for that microphone, me speaking and me playing, so it may sound a wee bit weird. Oh, it's coming through? Okay, that's the first. Because in my headphones, it sounds like I'm speaking into a dustbin or something now, because I've activated another thing. Tin whistle is activated. Okay, so yeah, that's how I would learn. If I didn't have it written down like that, guys, I would learn it, just like that. And if it was probably a better way to learn it is by ear, I think, and then try writing it down. Because I know when I see like a dotted crotchet like that, I know to play on the whistle or flute or bouzouki to put in a roll. So da 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 dum, half roll, or even full roll if I want, with the F sharp is happening twice there. Same with the B, you could put in a full roll. So I could put in like, or even just. There we go. Give us a little bit more. Oh no, actually, da da dum. Yeah, do 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 do. Oops. That's an interesting one. It's G G dum. So you have actually a full roll there and another G. That's a lovely tune. I'm going to enjoy putting chords to that. I'm going to make that as a YouTube, or not a YouTube, an Instagram. I could probably do that in 1 minute, playing it. It's going to take me ages to record it, but, with backing and everything and Bouzouki. But I'll push that out to Instagram and to YouTube Shorts so you guys can see. Now you know where it's come from. You know my process of learning tunes and putting them together. I'm gonna take that whistle off, guys, because it sounds really wick in my head. How do I do that? Lip back and tin whistle. Take it off. Oh, that sounds 1,000 times better now. Yay. Okay. So you can, slow it down. And I wouldn't really bother with the pitch here because it's perfect pitch for my tin whistle. But say I wanted it in a different key for whatever reason, I'm going to be doing that with Olivia Barrett's Facebook tunes from her Facebook channel. Check out Olivia Barrett, guys. I'll put links and everything in the description once this live is over. So I would check out her stuff on Facebook. She's got hundreds of tunes, and some of them are in really cool and unusual keys that, they have to put in like the capo on the 6th fret or something. It's in like G sharp or A flat, Aeolian, which is a weird key, and I hardly ever play that. So it's nice though to have that every so often. And if I was to record her stuff, I would need to sort of change the pitch, but just say you wanted to. So now I'm going to put it back to normal speed so it doesn't sound so distorted. The slower you put it, guys, like 50% is really distorted. If you're to listen to that. It's like maybe some sessions I've been in are like that at the end of the night. Everyone's had a few. If I put that back to 100%. Or even like lower down, like put a semitone lower. Of course, you can go 12 either way. It might sound a bit wick if you go like really high. Fun for kids though, or really low. So it's an octave lower than what it was. But maybe just a semitone or a tone either way is all you'll really ever need. That's in C now. Yeah, so you can see you can mess around, have lots of fun when you're using these apps. I think that's why I have all this stuff. It's just good fun. And almost if I'm being honest, I could probably say can you please bottle some of your talent sample on Amazon? That's really sweet, guys. Thanks for that. But I just mess. I'm a tinkler with stuff. You know, like the real guys. I'll always recommend to you guys like where to get like the really good stuff. You know, I know a couple of things on lots of different things, but there are people who know like really know how to play tin whistle, really know how to play bouzouki. You know, are doing amazing things, you know, just on the one instrument, you know, and those are the guys I love. So yeah, I wish I could show you guys so much more of what I do, but yeah, I'll always point you in the direction of the real experts on these sort of things. The one to check out, Derry O'Farrell. I'm sure some of you guys who play bouzouki have heard of him. I'll type his Derry's name in here if I can remember how to spell it. It's probably something like that. Oh, for goodness sake, is it O'Farrell or Farrell? I'm gonna have to check it on Google because that's messed me up, that predictive text thing. Yeah, it's LL. Yeah. So if you think I'm good, you should check out this dude. Yeah, this is. Oh, I've missed. Oh no, yeah, it is. It's TLs. Yeah, he's really good. For bouzouki, he's like one of the top guys, and of course Andy Irvine and all the rest of them. You know, yeah. So these are the guys here. Yeah, you'll find really, really good bouzouki players. I'm trying to learn from them. Okay. Yeah. So that's great. That's another wee tune, and now we've got the audio for it as well. So we'll put that in as a wee package. I think. Save. Okay, so then what I usually do then is put folders and just go like that and go like that and go like that. And now I have no, maybe not pitch switch. I have the recording and I have the score. And then when I make a video of it, me doing all of that, I'll put that in there as well. And then that forever shall be Tansy's Gala one. Can copy and paste. Okay. Any other stuff? We've got reverse chord, we've got pitch switch, we got audio hijack. What other stuff? Oh, well, if you're interested in like the Classroom Maestro, the piano one, this is really good, especially if you're learning how to read music as well, because it gives you the staff. And if you were to play on the piano, you know, it shows you. And if you play chords, or if you even hit S in the keyboard, you can do scales. C major, or even D major, or whatever you want. So it's kind of useful for all the different things in music that I teach students for music theory. Intervals as well, like what a perfect fourth is, or major sixth, or perfect fifth. So I use this to sort of demonstrate to students learning music theory, because this is a great resource. And a lot of students who used to come to me during COVID, we use Internet MIDI, and this one, it's by the same guys actually. And the cool thing is, if you want to learn piano, all you need, from me anyway, all you would need is the Internet MIDI. Again, Pay Once Own Forever. I love Pay Once Own Forever. And you connect your keyboard to your computer, and when you play, I hear it instantly. None of this delay stuff that you guys see on YouTube, or maybe even a second or two if you're doing like through Zoom with me. YouTube's really bad because it has to be. It's about 20. You're about 20 seconds behind me in real life, or I'm 20 seconds ahead of you from your perspective. So it's hard. It's not really possible to use YouTube to teach people because there's such a delay. But the reason that the delays there is to allow everything to sync up properly. Hopefully, you know, the audio and video and everything syncs properly. In Zoom, it tends to be a wee bit out because it's almost instantaneous. This Internet MIDI, because it's just a MIDI signal, it's the equivalent of talking to somebody around the world, you know, on a phone. It's instantaneous. So when I had students that I was teaching in America and the West Coast, Spokane, so that's sort of up near Seattle, they're playing the piano and they can hear me play instantly. So when I play, you see my keys light up here. And also their keys light up on their side. So when I play, they could see. And the intensity, it shows you the colors lighting up. So this was really good for them to be able to hear and see me, and for me to be able to hear and see them. Yeah, Internet MIDI. And it also works with Classroom Maestro as well. So yeah, you can get both of them. Yeah, together. Internet MIDI and Classroom Maestro, well worth checking those guys out. If you're thinking about piano as well. Okay, so Internet MIDI, Classroom Maestro, MuseScore. Yes, we were using that earlier. Just it's free. Definitely recommend getting that if you're into sort of like downloading scores and stuff and playing it back and changing the speed and everything. So you may not be able to even read the music, but if you're downloading the MIDI from, the session.org, you could just hit play, download the MIDI, open it in this, hit play and hear it. Play it on the piano or any instrument you want, and then slow it down and speed it up. So, and even send it to me and ask me, to put in chords to it so you can, at least have your own copy. So MuseScore, I get students to download that even if they don't read music, because they can use it just as like a library to play back stuff. And even after a while, because when you play something, like if I was to open like this up, you see the way if I zoom in a wee bit, you can actually follow along with the playback. Okay, that's one of my students doing their composition for A-level music, and I'm helping them with that. This actually helps you read music, I think, because after a while you'll just sort of know, right, these are the shorter notes, these are the longer notes based on what you hear. So you may not even need someone to give you formal training, although I would recommend it over time if you're really serious about wanting to learn fast. And we're learning a lot of stuff very quickly. Reading music is so much better than just learning solely by ear. Learning by ear is the most important thing, but it is not everything. If you really want to speed up your learning, you need to be able to read music, I think. I think anyway. It's like trying to learn, it's like, say you want to learn English literature. If you can't read it, you're relying on someone else to say it to you. Whereas if you know how to read English literature, you've got the entire works of Shakespeare, and everyone else, at your fingertips, and you can read it anytime. And obviously that's going to speed up your learning. Same thing for being able to read music. Of course, being able to understand what you hear is important. That's the most important thing, like it is for learning English. So same thing for music, but being able to read it speeds up your learning dramatically. So I would recommend MuseScore just for that purpose. Okay. Enough of me pushing other people's music. Pitch switch, where did I get it? Okay, what else do I need here? Let me see, Paul gets coming through. Oh, brilliant, Paul, thank you. Yes, for the whistle, that's brilliant, thanks very much. Can you please bottle? Oh yeah, that was you as well. Okay. Was there any other stuff? I'm just gonna go back through the comments, guys, just to see for some of them songs by Mozziak. Yeah, I won't play their stuff actually, but yeah, I would recommend checking out Mozziak, guys, just to hear some of the diddly dee and 5/4 in regular times. Let me see. Oh, the Breton tune is Cornish. Oh, good stuff. Thanks. Thank you for doing research on this, guys. Thank you, Martin. That's Cornish too. Okay, cool. Radio. Okay, guys. So yeah, we've looked at quite a bit. I'm actually going to make a wee note of my notes, what we have looked at. So just to give me an idea, topic-wise, of if someone ever asks what apps could you recommend, I'll say check out my live stream from ... from this date. So just to sort of summarize what I was going through here, we were going through apps to begin with, apps that I recommend, and also 5/4 tunes, And the apps that I recommended were going in order. Yeah, what order would be the best? I suppose reverse chord is kind of its own thing. That would be the first thing. The other thing was Audio Hijack. Oops. Audio Hijack. Yeah, by Rogue Amoeba. The other thing was Pitch Switch, which I have to find. Where the heck did that come from? If I can't find Pitch Switch, guys, there's another one done by their examination board in England. I shouldn't say in England, it's all over the world. These guys do exams. ABRSM, the Associated Board of the Royal Schools of Music. So ABRSM. They have their own version of this where you can slow down tunes. And yeah, it's going to be easy enough to find. I'm not sure if you can change the key or, you know, mess around with the EQ levels like you can with Pitch Switch, but maybe worth checking out if I can't find Pitch Switch anymore, which would be amazing. But then again, there's other music stuff I used to use in the past which have gone the way of the dodo as well, like Finale. Just closed down recently. Well, I don't know if they're still limping away, but they're definitely closing down completely soon because people like MuseScore have done them out of business. Sibelius is still hopping away, but yeah, that's the way the world's going. So yeah, Pitch Switch, reverse chord, Audio Hijack. Was there another one? MuseScore itself. Well worth getting that. Okay, so that's apps I recommended. That was our first thing that we looked at. The other thing then was Five Fortunes. There's a whole rake. Oops, a whole rake of them here. Don't really need Pitch Switch. Yeah, I've already got that in. Okay, I'm not sure if there was anything else. Maybe like capo and stuff, but I might do a wee bit more in that, guys. Like, you know, capo or I suppose equipment, hardware, equipment and hardware for learning music, which would be different for other things. If you're interested in, like, you know, well, for online learning, what's the best audio interface or webcam I could get? I would, or stuff I would recommend you getting. Incidentally, the camera that you guys see here, if I was to put this to full view of me, I'm not sure if you guys can, hopefully you guys will be able to see this when the, yeah. Okay, this little camera here, this is the Insta360 Link 2. Okay, now this camera, guys, is the be all and end all as far as I'm concerned. I'm not got rid of, but I've put away my other Sony SVE10, which cost me 700 quid about 5-6 years ago when about a year after it first came out. Now, it was top of the range and it was meant to be, you know, it was the perfect thing for people who teach online, or, you know, just, you're not getting the most expensive camera, but you're definitely getting a cut above normal webcams, at least until now. So this thing here is about 160, 170 quid, but oh my God, does it ever like lift everything to an entirely different level, to the extent where I can even just push buttons and zoom in on different parts, which mightn't look like much at the moment, but you see, if I had my bouzouki, I could technically do this. So if I was playing the bouzouki for you guys, now what you see here is just, you know, my face, but if I was to hit that button, you would hopefully see a better version of my bouzouki. Get this out of the way. So from the neck, you know, down, see me being able to strum at the same time. And if I was to press this, it zooms even further in just so you can see where I am. So there's actually a gimbal on this webcam. Okay, so it's not just that it's a webcam for your face. It can zoom in, zoom out, it can twist around and, you know, do all sorts of stuff. Now, you guys mightn't, you know, need that level of functionality. But if I was to go to another part of my teaching, which is you know, how to actually use have another camera for the actual fingering that I'm using. I wonder if I could display that actually for you guys. That might be good to see if I can do that. Yeah, let's see. If I go over to Bouzouki teaching. Oh, I haven't got it turned on. No worries. Okay, there's another camera that I use for the actual, you'll be able to see my strumming patterns as well. So this little camera does the equivalent of what my main camera was doing and a heck of a lot more, and it costs just as much as the cameras that I have above me and to the left of me that I had years ago for, you know, just ordinary live streaming and ordinary videos. The wee C922 Pro camera, that was around about 140 quid when that first came out. So compared to what it can do, it's only a 1080p compared to the 4K cameras that can swivel and zoom around and do all these sorts of things. Maybe it's well worth investing in if you're, you know, wanting to sort of learn as much as you can from teachers online and, you know, be able to have a decent webcam. Get my Bouzouki out of the way. Okay, so yeah, there's other equipment and hardware for learning music then that I could recommend to you guys, but for this one, it was just the Capo. Tuners, you could get these for your phone. You know, any tuner that you can get like in an app store or something. You know, the days of me buying tuners, you know, in music stores are gone now. I would just get an app for your phone. There's a few that I'd recommend. Let me see if I can bring one of them up. Let me see. Yeah, it's still going as instrument tutor. It's not the greatest of names. Let me see. Now, if I was just to copy that and paste that into Google. They should still be going. Yes, they are. Okay, this is a great one. Yeah, it's the one that I use. So it does. It also does sound as well as listen. You know, so if you wanted to tune just by sound, it'll play like a tone, and you can tune to that. But also, of course, it listens to what you're playing, and you know, tells you how sharp or flat you are, if you're too low, too high in tune. So really, really good. I've had that for years. Well, probably when it first came out. Yeah, it's 10 years ago. You know, it has not needed any fixing for 10 years. Yeah, so that's a pretty decent one. But any of them will do. Okay, anything else? Probably the other stuff I'd recommend for iOS, just looking at the phone here, like TunePal maybe. 4Track, that's going back a while. TuneBook. Yeah, maybe a couple. I haven't used them in so long, if I'm being honest, but because my Bouzouki comes with a built-in tuner now, so, and also I use stuff on the computer, you know, for saving chords or for saving, you know, tunes and everything. So everything, all my learning is now done on the computer. But if you're working away from a computer and you've got your phone, then yeah, there are a few there that I could recommend if you do that. I don't use them anymore, but you know, you may still want to use them. It's fine. Let me see. Is there anything else that we missed? I don't think so. Those are the three main topics. So equipment, 5 fortunes, and apps that I recommend. Okay. Radio. Let me just check the community, see if I haven't missed any. I think the community's actually okay. I think everyone from the community's in YouTube. Okay. Let me have a wee check just to see how. If anyone's left any comments. I'm just checking my what do you call it? Discord, just to see. Don't think anyone's no. Okay. Radio. Okay, so guys, if there's other questions that you have, do type away in the chat there. I'll do my best to answer them. And if I don't have time, I'm just going to keep going for a couple of more minutes just before the Bouzouki class starts up in Zendler. So I'll have to sign off pretty soon. But if there's anything that you, other questions that you want me to research or go into, those are some really cracker ones today. Apps and 5 fortunes and equipment and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there. But so if there is anything else, do let me know. At the moment, this was what I was working on before you guys came in. It was the Virginia reel. And if I was to, I don't even have this open yet. Okay. Yeah, I'll just show you guys some of the stuff that I get up to in the background. I have a little template that I use for landscape and portrait videos for making videos. This is going to be a landscape one, so I'm going to have to copy that and go into the Virginia reel and paste it in there. Okay, so this is going to be the Virginia reel. Not the Virginia reel. Okay. So if I open this up, this is a little template that I save for making videos. So I just change the name and then everything else, and it should be okay. All the different things that I've set up. Okay, let's go in there. Let's take that name. Put it over here as well. Probably don't need all this stuff. Yeah. Okay. And let me just put in, how long was this one? 254. Yeah, this is probably the shorter one, so I'm just gonna dump this in. This is the beginning. Oh, silly. Yeah, I'll have to start that. It's not that. Sorry, guys, I copied over the wrong thing. I'll do that again. So movies, landscape portraits, what I'm looking after. Put that in there. There we go. Try that again. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to keep an eye just to see if there's any more questions. I'll do that. No worries, Paul. See you next week. No probs. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. There we go. Okay, this is me playing the whistle. I'm going to be adding a Bouzouki accompaniment to this. So this is, and if I activate the dialogue boxes for everything, excuse me, and all the different channels. Okay, so it's really only the whistle then. That's probably not coming through from the sounds of it. Okay, let me see if I can add that so you guys can hear it. Logic Pro should be coming through. Oh, it's Final Cut Pro. What am I on about? Where's Final Cut? That was awful. Let me see. Let's try this one. Excuse me. What I'm trying to do over the top of that is maybe add this. Let me see if I can put this in. this is going to be this is what I'm playing the tin whistle to. Rather than using a metronome, I use like sort of background music. Make up, just in the DAW, I would just make up like a. I just turn that down. There we go. Excuse me. Okay, I've got to get this to line up. Okay, so if I zoom in, it should line up, but I just got to find where does it start. I think this came in with the guitar. So if this is the guitar, yeah, it's right there. I make that super big. And then just bring this up. Yeah, that should be over there. Let's hear it together. That actually sounded all right. I did do like loads of other takes. I don't know why. I think that was okay. Okay. So from about, if I was just to, let me see, from there, let's see, break that up, delete everything that came before. Let me just make sure. Nah, I wasn't too happy with that one. I can see why. It lacks a wee bit of oomph. Okay, so if I just delete that. And that should take me to there. One of the used to be one of the rules for doing shorts is that it need to be under a minute. So all of this is, 57 seconds. So I only ever played through these tunes once, and I just got into the habit of doing that. You can always just repeat it. I'll be adding the bouzouki to this, of course, as well. Yeah, it's all right. That'll do. I don't know why I kept doing it. Like that's another one, and that looks like a failed one as well. So I'll just delete all that. Now what I need to do though is to add just a wee bit of reverb just to make it sound nicer. You can see all my tricks. Yeah, so I never get it right first time, as you can tell. Like I had to play that tune about 5 or 6 times because I always make a mistake. I am keeping the raw takes on everything I do, guys, and what I'm gonna do next Christmas is make like a 3-hour video just for the crack of it, just put in all my rubbish. Every time I made a mistake or messed up or like probably just gonna be a couple of swear words I'll need to beep. Yeah, So yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, Kathleen, I missed your message from ages ago. I'm going to figure out a way, guys. Is there a way I can get like a wee beep or something when you put a message up? Because I do try to check every couple of minutes, and then I've missed somebody. So apologies, Kathleen, if you're watching this back and I didn't say goodbye. But yeah, I will be putting together a bloopers reel, I suppose. By God, it will go. It's going to go on for hours. Blooper stream. Okay, a couple of minutes just to add the. Was it space or something? Spaces. Yeah, small room too sounds nice. Put that in. There we go. And maybe just umph it up a wee bit. Like it does kill some of the. I don't want to. Obviously, I don't want to go too far. Just gonna see, does my audio come through for you guys? It's quiet enough. Just hoping for it to be a bit louder. Okay. Okay, we shall leave it there, guys. I think that's more than enough for today. Got that sorted as well. That's great. Okie dokie. So yeah, it's same time every week, guys. 5 to 6:30 or even into 7. Just until the next class, I suppose. So again, if you have any questions about anything musical, anything at all, for hardware or equipment or things you'd recommend, bands you'd recommend, equipment that you use, theory that you're not too sure of, anything at all. Yeah, as long as I can answer it or go find the answer, yeah, that would be great. And if you're ever unsure if you should ask something, just ask anyway, just to see. And I'll see you again next time. So I think we'll leave it there today, guys. Okay.